Hello again, everybody. This is Sketchy Reporter. There's actually been a lot of things going on lately. So this is kind of just a video of basically a lot of reviews. Just of a lot of things that are happening around the media and things that have actually been really interesting to me lately. And a lot of gaming news. A lot of gaming news. And I'll start with this. Some people are wondering, so Sketchy, where's your next big review? Well, there's a lot of stories of why that's not exactly up yet. I've been busy, which isn't a great excuse, but I have been. And the thing is, this is a big review. I have a lot more effects, a lot of camera work, a pretty solid script that I'm proud of, but I'm tweaking it constantly. And my delivery, whenever I'm actually filming it, is never quite exactly how I want it. And so, whenever I can't get everything just working just right, it bothers me. And this also requires me having to go back and watch the movie again, and again, and again. And the movie is so bad, which makes the writing easy, but the torture is still hard. Oh. You guys are in for a treat whenever I finish that, but give me some time. It's coming together. What else do I have going on? Well, I'm still down for going to the Derby City Comic Con, and yes, in the last video I posted when I mentioned that, I did screw up. Derby City Comic Con, up over in Indianapolis. Derby City Comic Con is not in Indianapolis, it's in Derby City, Louisville. Oh boy. And on top of that, and the other Comic-Con that I was going to attend, which is really awesome, and I really want to go to that one. That one's a 3-day convention. It's not 3 days, it's 4. It says so right on the sign. So, yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm only human. Slightly above average. Because, hey, I have a YouTube channel. Gotta count for something, right? But, okay, now into what I actually really wanted to talk about. Well, I am still planning on going to DerbyCon and Gen Con. And I really do hope I see fans out there and just lovers of that kind of media. And I am really excited. But, into some gaming news. I've actually picked up a game that, it's fairly old. It's one of the Splinter Cell games from the original Xbox. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. This isn't it. This is Burnout 3 Takedown. I got this in a used bookstore, and it came in this box, but with the Splinter Cell disc. So, really interesting game. Incredibly hard. I'm playing it on the hard difficulty, because I'm awesome. But I don't even want to think about playing this game on expert mode. Oi, I'm only on like level 3, and I've died so many times. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, definitely, if you have an Xbox or a 360 with a hard drive, I believe it's also for the GameCube, and I want to say PlayStation 2. Might be wrong about that. I'd definitely check it out, because it is really addictive, but it's very, you have to have a lot of patience to play this game, which might be my downfall. But it's worth a look into. I really like the mechanics about it. I really like the story. There's lots of stories. It's hard for me to kind of say that, but there's a lot of good stories involved. The control of this game is actually a lot better than some modern day stuff I've played. You can basically do anything that you want to in order to sneak around boats and museums and houses and everything you want to. Control in the Splinter Cell game is amazing, and I'm pretty sure it's been that way through all the Splinter Cell games. I haven't played a lot of them. I've only played Splinter Cell 2, I think, and this one. So, I like the franchise from what I've played. It's a really great game. The other thing I'll talk about is another gaming news, but this really irritates me. And it's the copyright issue that we have today. That bothers me in a roundabout way, obviously. DVDs are insane with copyright nowadays. But PC games. Why? I know PC games are easy to copy and sell, but I've had this game for a while. Age of Pirates Caribbean Tales. Really fun game when it works. I used to play this game as much as I could whenever it wouldn't crash on my old computer. I got a laptop a couple years ago, and I'm just now reinstalling it. And I can't play it because it says I have an unlicensed version of the disc. So, because of the computers nowadays and the copyright, I have to scan the internet looking for a patch to make my legal copy of the game illegally right. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of my... It's just a waste of time. By the time I figure out the patch that I need, I plug in the game. I don't want to play it anymore. I'm not in the mood. I'm stressed and pissed off about what happened before, and I just want to play it anymore. It's a fun game, but I shouldn't have to waste hours of my life just to find a patch to illegally play my legal copy of a game. Why is it so hard to be a PC gamer? Just buy a console, buy a game, bam, you're playing the game. You don't have to buy hundreds of dollars worth of graphics cards, hard drives, you know, it costs hundreds of dollars to play one game on a PC. It's ridiculous. That's two. One game on a PC. But I'm not gonna spend money to play a game I already have. Just a waste of time. And the last thing on gaming news I want to talk about is I have the Xbox Magazine exclusive. I know I'm sure a lot of people out there get that too, but something was on the latest issue on the cover that was not at E3, and to my knowledge it's been said nowhere other than this magazine. And it is a 6-page article about Dead Space 3. When it comes to Dead Space, I'm a fan, but it's not something that I get really hyped up about. The first one, really fun, a lot of flaws, but really fun. The second one, improved gameplay, a lot, but the story, it dragged quite a bit. Now as for the third one, we went from a spaceship to a station, and now we are on a planet. There is so much we can do with this. There's so much innovation and enemies and weapons we can do on a planet other than a confined space. I'm pretty sure it'll still be a linear-ish game. People argue that it's an open-world game since you're on a spaceship or a shuttle, but it's still linear. You know, the definition of linear is going from point A to point B with, no obstacles. Sure, there's obstacles, but you know what I mean. It's still a linear game. And this probably will be too, but I think it's going to change a lot because of this is the first Dead Space game to actually feature co-op. And I don't mean multiplayer co-op, split-screen co-op. On-the-couch split-screen co-op in a horror game. You know how rare that is? You have the Left 4 Dead series or whatnot, but let's face it, come on guys, that's not really a horror game now, is it? This could really add a lot of value to the Dead Space series. And I'm actually all on board for this. It's really weird. I've been on board for a lot of games I'm usually bashing, like Assassin's Creed and Dead Space. But yeah, Assassin's Creed 3 looks amazing. Dead Space 3 looks amazing. I'm actually really excited for it. Because I know I have friends out there that would love to play a split-screen horror game that's actually, somewhat terrifying. I really hope it doesn't rely too much on jump scares. But, what's the name of this new character? The new character you play as a Marine of some type. What is it? He's escaped monsters twice now on both desolate starship and an infested space station, but the frozen wasteland of Tal Volantis may be more than Isaac Clarke can handle. What is this guy's name? It's kind of driving me... John Carver. You can kind of see a picture of him there. But yeah. It looks like there's some new weapon types. John Carver's outfit's basically the same thing as Isaac's, only it's red instead of blue. Dead Space 3, I'll count down for it. I don't think there was a release date for it, but it'll probably be next year. Sure. What else do I gotta talk about? Oh, the new, speaking of games again, the new Tomb Raider game. I've never really followed Tomb Raider series. I love the idea of Lara Croft. I like what she stands for, kind of like the female Indiana Jones, you know, but this new Tomb Raider game actually looks pretty fun. It does seem to rely a lot on QuickTime events, which I'm not down for, but the visuals are stunning for a Tomb Raider game. The animations are amazing. The story is actually going to be the first time we've actually really dwindled down to our origin story. So that's going to be really fun. I don't really know a whole lot about that one actually, but it looks really good. Check out the trailer if you can. Tomb Raider, I think that's it. I don't think it actually has like a full name. Is it? I think it is just called Tomb Raider. I don't see it listed here in the book, but I'm sure it is. But it looks really, really good. Check out the trailer. Yeah, it's just called Tomb Raider. Check out the trailer for it, because
Kraft singles have no artificial flavors, and they're always made with milk. So all you taste is something amazing.
advertisements. Really, letting a video load and you got advertisements playing. It happens. There was one more game I want to talk about. What was it? Far Cry 3. That's what it was. The trailer for this game was a little underwhelming. However, the gameplay trailer, wow. This is going to take the FPS and take it to a whole new level. I know that is a drastic thing to say, but Far Cry 3 looks like the most free FPS parkour style of game I've ever seen. You know, run across some terrain and like skid across on your side and like start shooting people, and you have so much freedom, so much choice in this FPS, which Far Cry's always kind of had, but never to this degree. Far Cry 3 looks beautiful. Like, this might be saying something, but it's surpassing like Skyrim on the lines of graphics. It looks amazing. Again, check out the trailer for Far Cry 3. I'll post them, I guess, in the bottom of this video, but yeah. I was amazed when I first saw the Far Cry 3 trailer. Which, again, I don't believe was at E3. If it was, it wasn't streaming on the, instant cable. But, yeah. Again, another game I'm really, really excited for. Tomb Raider it's probably a rental. Even the interview I heard, they said it was about 8 to 10 hours. So yeah, you can just rent that one probably and have a good time with it. But I'll probably check that one out too. Far Cry 3, that might be a buy for me. It looks wickedly awesome. And the last news I have is not actually video game related. It's of a TV show I recently discovered, which only has 8 episodes so far, but it's called Stan Lee's Superhumans. I think it's been on for a little bit, but there's only 8 episodes, so, you know. And it's about Stan Lee, you know, the guy that made Marvel Comics. He has this host who is in the Guinness Book of World Records as being the most flexible man in the world. And he is. He has like this 10-second clip at the beginning of each episode where he like takes his hand, like wrenches it around 3 times, and he like twists his back into like a rubber band. It's grotesque. And he's on this quest to find all these people who, you know, they don't have superpowers, but they have, like, genetic mutation that allows them to do things that surpass what humans typically can do. Like, there's this guy who is known as the human calculator, and he can solve these complex 10-number equations like that. And there's this guy who has, like, the world's stretchiest skin, and he, like, takes his lower chin skin and, like, retches it over his eyes. And there's a guy that feels no pain. He gets, like, a really long fishing hook and, like, puts it through his tongue and through his bottom jaw without any blood showing. It looks... I don't want to say it's staged, because there's no way it can be. Because this show wouldn't last one season if it was, but the things that these people do are grotesque, not super, but it's kind of amazing. I watched all 8 episodes, and, like, there's this guy known as, like, the Human Circuit, who takes a light bulb and puts it in his mouth, and the light bulb lights up. No other current going through this man. It's really odd stuff like that. And somehow it's engaging to watch. You just kind of have to have a strong stomach for some of the things you're capable of seeing. Like the guy with the chin skin. That was just... He's just like... That was... I had to look away on that one. That one was disturbing. But... Stan Lee's Superhumans is what it's called. Check it out on the History Channel, I do believe. I wish I got paid to say that. But it's also streaming on Netflix instantly. That's how I watched it. So if you have Netflix, you can check it out that way. I honestly think that's everything I had to say. But yeah, my big review is on the way. It's taking me some time because the movie's really bad. I just don't like watching it all the time. And I'm still trying to make sure that it's the video I want to make. I'm not speeding it up, you know. I know I've said my first big review was that top 10, or not the top 10, the Black Swan review. It's still my first review, but you know, it had a lot of problems. This one I'm trying to make it as flawless as possible, which I don't believe in, but I'm working really hard on it. So I hope you guys will enjoy that. I don't have a due date for that one yet. It's still kind of in the beta. I tinker with it a little bit more every day, but a lot of other things come down, and I want to do other things, like, for example, play Splinter Cell Chaos Theory for hours on end, as well as Star Wars Battlefront 2, which I recently got, which, you know, had that for the PC, more fun on the console. I'm a console guy. PC, it's just not capable of running certain graphics. So, that's all I got for you guys right now. Derby City Comic Con in Louisville is coming up fast, and I am really looking forward to that one. In more angry news, it's more of a blessing more than angry news, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, you know, the Michael Bay one, it got pushed back to next year, 2013. They're afraid of me. So, more on that, you can guarantee it. So, I haven't been to the movies lately. Next movie I actually plan on seeing is probably gonna be Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Really looking forward to that one. There's a lot of movies recently I've wanted to see, but just haven't gotten out to. What was it? Men in Black 3, I really wanted to see. I haven't seen that one yet. You know, movies like that. There's more, but I can't think of them right now on top of my head. I am so tired. I haven't slept in, like, what? About 26 hours? I'm a crazy person that way. But yeah, I'm going to go and take a nap for a little bit. I'm going to get back to my big review, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Have a good day.